Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Road and Custom May 1967 with one of the most iconic cover there is. This beautiful 57 Nomad. And I don't even know where to start. If you wonder why this video is gonna have the hashtag lowrider and the hashtag lowriders and the hashtag lowrider history, it's because of this car. It later was a model kit with this as the box art. I always wanted that. I always wanted that model kit because I was thinking it's just the coolest thing on earth. First of all, it has that cool California rake, so it's a little bit lower in the front, and I think just lowering blocks in the rear, maybe 3 inch, I don't know. It sits on Skylocks, and if you just think about it, it's a headache to put 5-on-5 Buick rims on a GM, on a Chevy, with a Chevy bolt pattern. The paint, flames, everything just screams lowrider, custom and lowrider to me. And I don't find words for that. So I hope you go with me. We check out the other photos of that thing. I'm gonna post if I find one, this as a model kit up there in the corner maybe. It is so awesome. Also, we're gonna visit Cal Customs. I mean, nowadays, if you want to see Cal Custom accessories, you have to go to the Galpin Speed Shop, and be a friend of Dave Shutton or whatever his name is. I don't know him, and I'm probably never gonna be invited into that cool little old school speed shop. But maybe we see cool stuff here. Also, there's Linda's A. And this maybe sounds weird, but my friend Andy in California, bless his heart, he had a Model A. I don't know if he still has it or not, but he always told me that he wants to go kind of like a 60s, 70s street rod look. And I always had this in mind when he was talking about putting Kragers on it, having fenders on it. I like fenders on cars. And this thing looks cool. And she built it. Really cool. So let's get this started. By the way, this magazine is almost mint. It still has that, it's nice. So I hope I don't rip it. With those reviews, I already ripped a couple because for most of their lives, they just stayed on the shelf, organized or in boxes, and then if you go through them and whatever. So this is what's going on, and let's check it out. I just talked about Chevelles and Malibus. They make cool gathers, but in the other video that I gonna post after this, or maybe I posted before I put this video out, I talked about lowriders. And it's always weird, me growing up, I always was thinking, to see a Chevelle or a Malibu as a lowrider, it's not an Impala, so it just feels kind of weird. And you had that weird attitude against it. But actually, if you look back in the day, those things used to be lowered. They used to have all the rims, the Kragers and all that, and bellflower tips. And I think there was a Los Bolivardo car out of Detroit or something, and he actually did it really well. I think he just put the right twist on that thing, and it looked nice. Look at those ensigns. I maybe need this. Swap meet, one man's junk now on eBay. No, sorry. Okay, let's see if we find some cars. Have you ever broke one of those tail shafts? Or collars or whatever those are called? Where you put that, it's the same on a, what is that, a Muncie or whatever? No, that's a Ford, I don't know. But on a 350, I don't know how many different lengths there are. But I bought the wrong length, so I had to fix the one that I had. and I used a center punch because where the bushing goes, it was all so worn that the bushing would just, you try to like align it and let go and it would just fall through. So I used a center punch all around the inside, and then I used that green sticky Loctite stuff, and I glued it in, and to this day it runs. I'm really proud of that. Filling the Deuce radiator shell. What used to be cool is now lame, because now everybody buys the repop of that, and they all want that not filled. Engine swaps. Oh yeah, also be a 394, 700. Wow, 700 pounds. Wow, that's almost the weight of my sister-in-law, which my car, my daily, weighs less than that. Crazy. Always like those also Bill engines though. But there you can go through the whole Buick V6, Buick Buick 425, hell yeah. Yeah, Cadillac 390, oh yeah. Cadillac 429, hell yeah. I don't know about the rest. Ford 427, hell yeah. Also be a 394 every day. This not so. What do we have here? Engine, wow. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. Sorry if you hear that. It's super early, but it sounds like traffic. Rush hour is kind of starting right now. There you have all the displacement and everything from year to year, which is really cool. You can see if I just know about and talk about Automobil, but like Automobil, you really can see all of that stuff, and I think it's, yeah, wow. That almost so that's a Pontiac Firebird sketch. This rear, if you just see this and you don't see that, it almost reminds me of a Callison Astra coupe, or like almost something Italian. Looks cool. I also like that roof line. The front, I don't know. Probably at the time it was pretty cool, but now if you see that with that pointy nose, I don't know if that's cool. Cibis. Should we talk about Cibis? I talked about Cibis before. So I used to get out of France, I used to go on eBay, and you probably get the AMI 6. It's AMI 6. That's the car that had those in Europe in stock. I mean, there are many cars that had like similar lights, but the AMI 6 is probably that what you want. It comes with cool frames, with like cool nice chrome trim. And I used to get those for like $30, $40, and used to sell them in the US on message boards, on Facebook, and on eBay. But nowadays they're so expensive that I sold all of mine, and I really regret it. Look at that panel, that's pretty cool. The inside looks super cool with that diamond tuck. It looks cool too. Looks almost like a stock engine. Looks cool. Wow, Chevy Shaker. Cool. It's weird since it's a Bonneville car that's not lower Wow, traction bars for the leaf springs. They moved that engine back, almost like a gasser. Chevy small block with stacks on it. Mr. Nomad. I think that also was the name of the model kit. Really cool. And it also has one of those crazy expensive Rochester fuel injections on it. If I find a photo, I'm gonna post that. They go for big money nowadays. I mean, if you buy one that's restored and gone through, it's easy 10 grand. You get used ones, maybe 5 grand, but I'm gonna post a picture over there. And it looks like it's a stick shift car. I never knew that it's a stick shift car. So see, this is the thing I never really got. I had a 54 Chevy, a 54 Olds. And as I mentioned in another video, it was featured in something, in some magazine back in 66 or 67. And it was all over the US in that ISCA thing. And I went to Howard Gribble, as you guys probably all know him. And I talked with him, like, I couldn't find any pictures of it. And I was like, it's weird because I couldn't really find it, like, figure out if it's more a custom or more like a hot rod or like a gasser or whatever, because it had so many custom touches. And he said back in the day, if you had a show car, it was low. It probably looked like a custom, but it also had, you know, some horsepower. And nowadays, of course, if you have like a crazy lowrider thing nowadays, they are also, wow, this is Gene Winfield built this. I always like that. Looks really cool. With that extended C-pillar. Yeah, so like, I just like that, you know, like if you build a model kit as a kit, you know, you would build a custom car, a full-on showstopper thing, but you always put a crazy engine in it. And back then, I think many of those cars had crazy engines, and it was always a mix in between a hot rod, a custom, and a lowrider. At least to me. If you have other opinions on that, let me know. Nice flames. Seats in the back, cool. There we have a little trophy truck. Wow, nice T. Hemi, cross-rammed Hemi, but it looks like it's a normal intake with those Offenhauser, you know, cross-ram things that you stick on. But overall, nice car. And it has baffles in it. You probably can loosen those up, take them out if you want to take it to the racks. The radiator looks a little bit weird. That steering wheel is cool. I wonder what kind of steering wheel that is. I don't know, usually I don't like suicide front ends. Oh, do you see that? That must be like a 30, like a late 30s Chevy front end or something. I did not see that before. What is that front end? I don't know, but that looks super weird to me. Man, I wish I would done my homework before I start those videos, but look at that front end. If you know what kind of front end that is, please let me know. I usually don't like those suicide front ends, and I don't like that I-beam, that idea of like a straight axle or something, because I always feel like I'm driving a tractor if I drive something like that. But it just looks so cool. So there we have that model A, Linda's A, from the cover. Looks really cool. Spindle mounts in the front. Oh my god, it has a stock blower on it. Scott, yeah. That's the Scott blower, isn't it? Or it could be that Italian one. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, rebuild your transmission. Most of the time to rebuild your transmission, especially if it's a manual, it's fun. If it's an automatic, you probably find a video on YouTube here that makes it really, really easy. Look at those 4 taillights. That's a cool idea. And the front is also really cool. Looks like a Chevy big block. We all know this thing. Wow. Interior is super cool with that DeSoto gauge thing. So cool. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Art Himsel. I have another, there's a Hot Rod magazine I recently posted from 1970. Go through my videos. There's a feature on that car, and I did not know that it's Art Himsel's car. I just saw it and I was thinking, that looks like that car that Art Himsel did. And this looks like the orange crate, or maybe not. But really cool. This thing is also cool. Wow, Cal Customs. Look at that showroom. Cool. Little tea bucket up front. Man, don't you wish you could like travel back in time and just be in this, you know, in the 60s, the 50s, not to like buy something, just to see how it was. Wow, Dinky Toys. I'm more and more getting started on all the British Corgis, Matchbox, Leslie, and Dinky Toys. They had some cool stuff, especially stuff you wouldn't, of course, like a Citroën or something, but they also had dragsters, they had funny cars, they had weird cars, just cool stuff. We are talking about model kits. They have the Monkey Mobile, a beautiful 37. I think this got reissued, and this of course got reissued 100 times. The AMT Piranha also got reissued a couple of times. You can pick that up. I never really cared for that. I don't know why or what it is about that, but there's, I don't know. Headlights are cool. The flamethrowers. Okay, so we are almost at 20 minutes. Thanks for wow, that GTO. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you liked my video, and I hope you learned something. If you know something that I don't know, please leave a comment. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe, and maybe tell your friends. Share those videos with your friends on Facebook, maybe Instagram, or I don't know, Telegram, Signal, not WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is evil. No, just do what you want, and thanks for sticking around. Yeah, see you in the next one. hopefully. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye.